Hey there guys, it's Tom from Dolphin Productions. Welcome back to another episode of Tom Talks. In this episode, we're revisiting Call of Duty and Activision, more specifically Call of Duty World War II. Now, if you guys weren't aware or been living under a rock, Sledgehammer Games and Activision hosted a live stream of their trailer in London in Churchill's own bunker. The pre-show was delightfully cringy.
But the fact is, this is a global game, and the fact that it's going back to World War II, people are super excited. Germany, people are excited, aren't they?
They are extremely excited. It's been...
So for the live stream itself, we were promised a visceral, boots on the ground, back to roots Call of Duty that fans have been asking for. We had the co-founder of Sledgehammer Games, we had the director from this upcoming Call of Duty, we had actors from the actual game itself come out and say that they're promising to deliver on what fans want. Not just the boots on the ground and the old-fashioned Call of Duty, but also treating the era with respect, doing their research. They hammered home that they've done their research time and time again. They've gone all the way around the world, looking at battlefields, looking at battle sites, talking to historians. They've actually got a full-blown historian working side by side every step of the way, fact-checking, looking at how weapons worked, looking at vehicles of the time, how soldiers moved, how they dressed, how they carried themselves. So yeah, it was really reassuring to see that they're putting this much effort into delivering a really good campaign.
Gone to great pains to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
The people you serve side by side with, you develop bonds with those people.
Hopefully players will walk away from this story feeling like they really know these guys.
Welcome to the bloody first.
Now, I myself am not too worried about the campaign. Even the last few iterations of Call of Duty have delivered a fantastic campaign. Black Ops 3 looking at the psychological aspects of war, Advanced Warfare, even though the multiplayer was horrible, their campaign looks at the rise of PMCs, private military corporations, and how their influence in the world could be overpowering, how, you know, all those aspects of PMCs could override government control. Even the train wreck that was Infinite Warfare, taking it all the way into space, it delivered a fantastic campaign and broke away from the linear campaign that we've been used to over the last, up-teen number of years in Call of Duty. You actually choose when to do your missions, what type of missions to do, which order to do them in, and it was really, really interesting. No, I'm more concerned about the multiplayer in this upcoming Call of Duty. The reason why I say this, the Activision of old would have treated the multiplayer the same way it treated the campaign. All you have to do is look at Big Red 1, Call of Duty World at War, that aspect of grittiness, the horrors of war moved from the campaign into the multiplayer. So it felt like a seamless transition. It felt like you were playing in the same universe. It felt like you were still playing the same game. And ever since then, Black Ops 3 was infested with ridiculous endgame emotes that were completely removed from the game that they made in the campaign. That whole psychological horror of war, the whole feeling of being like PTSD and things like that, the whole mechanized thing taking over and taking hold and becoming more desirable and sort of like an addiction, that went away from the multiplayer, and all of a sudden you're running people boost jumping around and running around with multicolored weapons, doing popular culture references at the end that were just so far removed from the game, what it was trying to be. It was laughable, it was ridiculous, and above and beyond stupid. Now, that's fine for futuristic warfare. You can have a bit of a laugh with that because we're not there yet. That hasn't happened. That's not based on reality. Yes, it's based on theories of what could happen, for example, PMCs and getting in people's heads and making them more super soldiers. But World War II actually happened, okay? We cannot have World War II soldiers from this era, or any unit or any member of people from that period of history, running around with pink guns, with massive cocks on the side, boobs in the clan tag, and frickin' swastikas saying death to all Jews. You cannot have that. You cannot allow to have that in your game. And this is what I'm saying. The Activision of old, I'm not worried about them, but this is the new Activision. I mean, you've already seen screenshots of like Call of Duty points, the COD points thing that you can spend on supply drops and things. They're coming back. There's no doubt in my mind. They're not going to switch it up because we're in a more sensitive period of history. No, they're just going to make more money from it. Now, you may look at Battlefield 1 and say, you know what? EA did the same thing. Yes, they did. But EA's battle crates, supply drops, battle crates, whatever you want to call them, all they did was give one skin that was based around concepts of skins in World War One. Okay, so you got your classic camo skins, Nothing outlandish. Yes, you had a few gold weapons, but they were based on, like, they're tastefully done. They're not garish, all right? They're tastefully done. Call of Duty, in the last 3 iterations, has not been renowned for tasteful. Completely the opposite. Okay, so you can have as many people on stage come out as you want and say it's going to be promised to be boots on the ground, visceral, camaraderie, bonds of war, everything like that. It does not matter if that does not move into your multiplayer. Okay, you haven't done a game like this since World at War. Okay, I loved World at War. I loved Big Red 1, as I've said already. And in the multiplayers of both of those games, especially World at War, that horror of war, that thing that you created in the campaign, it moved over to the multiplayer. It felt like I was playing in a World War II war, and that's what you've got to be so careful of. It worries me. It worries me that this day and age Activision is more bent on profit rather than delivering a Call of Duty that not only fans deserve, but also one that treats the period of history or the era that it's looking at with respect. Okay, I can't say for sure that they won't, but it's a bad thing when I say that in my mind, I cannot say that they will, if that makes sense. Game developers like EA, for example, with their Battlefield 1, they went out of their way to create the classic Battlefield experience whilst in the theatre of World War One, and they did a fantastic job. I absolutely loved that game, and the campaign was beautiful. It was based on actual moments from history. It was based on real people. Yes, there's of course artistic licensing to go a bit, over the top with it all. But again, they delivered a heartfelt, heartstring pulling campaign that I genuinely felt for the characters that are in that situation. I couldn't relate to them, but you've heard stories in history and all the way through school about World War One, World War Two, about what these people actually went through. And Battlefield 1 did a very good job of reminding you that these are real people who went through that. Now, Activision has to be very careful with the way they treat this period of history. And it hurts me when I say I can't trust them fully that they will do that. Obviously, there's only one way to find out, and that's to play the game. But you've got us all to attention, Activision. You've got our undivided attention here with this jump back to boots on the ground, visceral Call of Duty that we deserve, that we wanted. 2.5 years in the making, guys. You cannot afford to fuck this up. Okay, we won't allow you to. We've had it up to here now with your shenanigans and your microtransactions and current day Activision. You've got a lot to prove with this, and this could be your final nail in the coffin in Call of Duty. So, guys, please don't be you. just behave yourselves and just do this right, okay? Yeah, that's what I've got to say.
I'm so excited. I can't believe it. COD is going back to its roots.
See, there you go. That's what a lot of tweets are saying, that Call of... guys, sorry, have you got a pass? No, you're not got a pass? You'll have to stay here then, and you'll have to watch the global reveal like everyone else. Darling, we'll have to go in.
See you at 6.
Oh, whoa. It's Darling before makeup.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
Germany. People are excited, aren't they?
They are extremely excited. It's been...
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping.
Hey there, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. If you want to see the previous Tom Talks episode, click here. Random video, click here somewhere. I have got more videos in the works. I've got another Tom Talks coming up about Destiny and, of course, our old friend Activision again. And I've got another bargain bin that's currently being edited. So lots of stuff coming up for you guys. I'll be looking to post more regularly, not to mention live streaming and everything like that, getting into the Twitch scene a little bit more. Doing a lot more PC stuff recently, which I never thought I'd hear myself say. So I may well let you into my failings of that in the live stream as well. So as I said, please do get in contact in the comment section below. What do you think of Activision so far? What are your thoughts on the Call of Duty? Get in contact with our Twitter, just there. And yeah, can't wait to talk to you guys again. Take care, guys. Ta-ra.